Right now, as you're watching this, your body is being damaged. Not by something dramatic, not by some rare disease or freak accident, by things you do every single day, things you were taught were healthy, things you think are keeping you safe. And the worst part? You probably won't believe me when I tell you what they are. See, most of what you call common sense isn't sense at all. It's marketing. It's outdated science wrapped in a bow by people who profit when you stay ignorant. And today, we're ripping that bow off. I'm going to walk you through 8 everyday habits that are quietly destroying your body, ranked from bad to catastrophic. No feel-good redemption arc. No, but it's okay if you do it in moderation. Nonsense. Just the truth. And if that makes you uncomfortable, good. That means you're one of the people doing it. Let's start with something you probably did today, maybe even in the last hour. You use hand sanitizer like it's some kind of shield, like every pump is a little fortress between you and the germs trying to ruin your life. And I get it. The last few years turned everyone into amateur epidemiologists. Sanitizer on the way in, sanitizer on the way out, sanitizer before you eat, sanitizer after you touch literally anything. It feels responsible, it feels smart. But here's what's actually happening. Every time you coat your hands in that alcohol-based gel, you're not just killing germs, you're scorching the earth. Your skin has a microbiome, a living ecosystem of bacteria that keeps your immune system sharp and your skin intact, and you're nuking it. Daily, multiple times a day. Your skin never gets a chance to recover, so it stops trying. The natural oils dry up, the protective barrier cracks, and suddenly, you're more vulnerable than you were before you started this whole routine. And it gets darker. Germaphobes, the people most obsessed with sanitizer, are creating the exact problem they're trying to avoid. Antibiotic resistant. Bacteria thrive in environments where weaker bacteria are constantly wiped out. You're not cleaning your hands, you're training superbugs. And while you're at it, those alcohol-based formulas, they're absorbing through your skin, disrupting your endocrine system in ways almost no one talks about. Hormones, metabolism, mood, all quietly destabilized because you thought you were being careful. So yeah, that little bottle in your bag, it's not protecting you. It's making you weaker. But at least you're taking care of your teeth, right? Brushing after every meal like a responsible adult, like your parents taught you. Like every toothpaste commercial has drilled into your brain since you were 6 years old. Except they were wrong. When you eat something acidic, coffee, orange juice, tomatoes, soda, anything with a little bite, it softens your enamel, temporarily. Your mouth is designed to handle this. Saliva remineralizes the enamel over the next 30 to 60 minutes. It's a natural process, but if you brush immediately, you're scrubbing that softened enamel right off your teeth. You're not cleaning, you're sanding. Dentists have known this for decades, but the toothpaste industry, they're not exactly rushing to tell you to brush less. More brushing means more toothpaste. More toothpaste means more profit. So the advice stays the same. Brush after meals. Brush twice a day. Brush more if you want whiter teeth. And if you're using one of those abrasive whitening toothpastes, you're accelerating the damage exponentially. Your teeth get more sensitive, cavities show up faster, and you're told the solution is more brushing. It's a perfect scam, and your smile is paying for it. Now let's talk about water. Specifically, the cult-like obsession with chugging it the second you wake up. Every wellness influencer on the planet has told you this is the move. First thing in the morning, water. Flush out toxins. Rehydrate your dehydrated body. Kickstart your metabolism. It sounds smart, it sounds sciencey, and it's complete nonsense. Your body doesn't dehydrate overnight. While you sleep, your metabolism is still running. You're producing something called metabolic water, water generated as a byproduct of breaking down nutrients. You wake up hydrated. Not perfectly, but enough. So when you force down a giant glass of water on an empty stomach, you're not helping. You're diluting your stomach acid right when your body is trying to prepare for digestion. And guess what happens when your stomach acid is too weak? You can't break down food properly. Bloating, indigestion, fatigue, all because you thought you were optimizing. Oh, and that cortisol spike, the stress hormone that's already high in the morning because your body is waking itself up. Yeah, flooding your system with water pushes it even higher. Your kidneys and bladder go into overdrive. And if you do this every single day for years, you're looking at electrolyte imbalances and kidney strain that nobody connects back to this one innocent habit. This whole thing started because someone misread an Ayurvedic practice, slapped it on Instagram with a mason jar, and called it wellness. It's not science, it's aesthetics, and your body is the one dealing with the consequences. Speaking of things you were trained to do as a kid, sit up straight. You've heard it 1,000 times. Shoulders back, spine aligned. Stop slouching or you'll ruin your back. And if you've got back pain now, you've probably been told it's because you don't sit up straight enough. So you try harder, you force yourself into this rigid, locked position, and somehow the pain gets worse. Here's why. Your spine wasn't designed to stay still. It evolved for movement, hunting, gathering, walking, squatting, constantly shifting. But somewhere along the way, military drills, Victorian etiquette, office culture, we decided that stillness equals discipline, that rigidity equals health, and we've been suffering for it ever since. When you force yourself into perfect posture, you're locking your muscles in sustained contraction. Your breathing gets shallow because your rib cage can't expand. Your spinal discs get compressed because there's no variation in load, and the longer you hold it, the worse it gets. Meanwhile, people in cultures that sit on the floor, shifting positions constantly, never locking into one shape, have significantly lower rates of chronic back pain, despite having what we'd call terrible posture. So if your back hurts, maybe it's not because you're slouching, maybe it's because you've been trying too hard to sit like a statue. And while we're talking about things you do without thinking, let's talk about your phone, specifically where it goes when you're on the toilet. I know you do this. Everyone does. You sit down, you pull out your phone, you scroll. Maybe you're checking messages. Maybe you're watching videos. Maybe you're reading this script. In your head right now and feeling personally attacked, it feels harmless, a little multitasking, a little efficiency. But here's what's actually happening. The human body is designed to evacuate in about 2 minutes. Squat, go, done. But your phone turns that into 10 minutes, 15. However long it takes to get through your feed, and the whole time you're sitting on a toilet seat that's putting pressure on your pelvic floor, restricting blood flow to your lower half. Hemorrhoids, rectal prolapse, pelvic floor dysfunction, these aren't old age problems, they're sitting too long problems, and we haven't even talked about the bacteria yet. Every time you flush, fecal matter aerosolizes. It sprays into the air in a fine mist and lands on every surface in that bathroom, including your phone. E. coli, staphylococcus, all the things you're terrified of touching in public. They're on the screen you're about to press against your face, the screen you put on your nightstand, the screen you hand to your kid. Oh, and because you're distracted, you're not fully evacuating, your body doesn't get the signal that it's done, so waste stays in your colon longer than it should. Chronic constipation, bloating, discomfort, and you never connect it back to the phone. You just think your digestion is bad. This habit is training your body to fail, and you're doing it because you're bored for 2 minutes. Now let's get controversial. Let's talk about showering. Daily showers are non-negotiable, right? Basic hygiene, social responsibility. You shower every day because anything less is disgusting. That's what we've been taught. That's the standard. But it's a lie. Every time you step into a hot shower and lather up with soap, you're stripping away your skin's natural lipid barrier. That's the layer of oils and good bacteria that keeps your skin moisturized, protected, and balanced, and you're washing it off. Every single day. Your skin never gets a chance to stabilize, so it overcompensates. It produces more oil, more sweat. And ironically, you start to smell worse, which makes you shower more, which makes the problem worse. It's a cycle. Dermatologists will tell you, if you ask them directly, that 2 to 3 showers a week with spot cleaning in between is actually optimal for skin health. But nobody's saying that out loud because it sounds gross. And the soap companies that convinced your grandparents that daily bathing was necessary, they're definitely not going to correct the record. This isn't ancient wisdom. Daily showering is a 20th century invention. It was pushed by advertisers, not doctors. And now we're all walking around with dry skin, eczema, premature aging, and the belief that we're doing the right thing. You're not dirty, you're just overcleaned. Let's go deeper. Let's talk about sleep. 8 hours, uninterrupted. That's the rule, right? If you're not getting 8 solid hours of sleep every single night, you're failing. You're unhealthy, you're gonna get sick, you're gonna die early. That's the message. But it's not true. For most of human history, people didn't sleep in one block. They slept in 2 phases. First sleep. Wake up for an hour or 2 in the middle of the night. Second sleep. This was normal. It was called biphasic sleep. People would use that middle period to think, pray, talk, have sex. It was built into the rhythm of life. And then the Industrial Revolution happened. Factory schedules, electric lights, productivity culture, and suddenly, sleeping in one 8-hour block became the standard. Not because it's better for your body, because it's better for your employer. Now, if you wake up in the middle of the night, you panic. You think something's wrong, you lie there stressing about falling back asleep, which makes it worse. And if it keeps happening, you get prescribed medication, sedatives, sleep aids, pills that force your brain into an unnatural state and create dependency. All because you're trying to fight a rhythm that might actually be normal for you. Studies on biphasic sleepers show they often feel more rested, more cognitively sharp, but we've pathologized it. We've turned a natural pattern into a disorder, and millions of people are medicating themselves because they think their biology is broken, when really, it's just the clock that's wrong. If your sleep advice is a lie, what else is? And that brings us to number one, the habit that's so foundational, so automatic, that you've probably never even thought about it. Breathing through your mouth, I know. It sounds ridiculous. Breathing is breathing, right? Air goes in, air goes out. Who cares which hole it uses? Your entire body cares. Mouth breathing isn't just inefficient, it's destructive. And it's everywhere. You do it when you're congested, when you're sleeping, when you're focused, when you're anxious. And every time you do, you're causing damage you can't see until it's too late. Let's start with your face. Chronic mouth breathing, especially in childhood, literally reshapes your skull. It elongates your face, weakens your jaw, crowds your teeth. This isn't a minor cosmetic thing. This is your bone structure being molded by how you breathe, and once it's set, it's permanent. Then there's your airway. Mouth breathing collapses your tongue backward, narrowing your throat. Sleep apnea, snoring, poor oxygen absorption. Your brain isn't getting the oxygen it needs, so you wake up foggy, anxious, unfocused. In kids, this looks like ADHD. In adults, it looks like cognitive decline, and nobody connects it to how they're breathing, and we're just getting started. Mouth breathing bypasses your nose, which means you lose all the benefits of nasal filtration. No humidification, no temperature regulation, no nitric oxide production, a molecule that regulates oxygen absorption and blood pressure. Your immune system weakens because unfiltered air is hitting your throat. Your teeth decay faster because your mouth dries out. Your gums recede. Chronic inflammation takes hold. This one habit, this thing you do unconsciously right now, maybe even as you're listening to this, is affecting your respiratory system, your nervous system, your skeletal system, your immune system. It's the root cause of problems you've been blaming on everything else. Allergies, stress, genetics, bad luck. And it's fixable, but only if you notice it. So here's where we are. You've just sat through 8 habits that you probably do. Maybe 5 of them, maybe all of them, and your body has been paying for it. Quietly, slowly, in ways you didn't notice because you thought you were doing the right thing. But now you know, and that makes you dangerous. Dangerous to the companies selling you solutions to problems they created. Dangerous to the systems built on your compliance. Dangerous to your own excuses. Because here's the thing, awareness without action is just entertainment. You can close this video, go back to your sanitizer and your toothbrush and your morning water and your perfect posture, and nothing changes. Or you can sit with the discomfort. Let it reshape how you move through the world. Let it make you question everything else you've been told without proof. The choice is yours, but your body's already made its vote. If this made you uncomfortable, good. That means it's true. If you're angry, you're probably doing it right now. Subscribe if you want more truths that ruin your day but save your life. Or don't, and keep wondering why you feel like garbage. Either way, close your mouth and breathe through your nose.